Thank you, friends. Today I want to talk about the Legendary Stanley Brothers. It's an album that uh, I bought back in the 70s. It was actually recorded in the early 60s. There were two of these albums, a yellow one and a red one. And I regret not buying the red one back then. Uh, the, the only the song "I'm a Man of Constant Sorrows" on the red one, and it's not on this one. But this one had several songs I knew by name, so I got this one. And it says here, electronically enhanced to simulate stereo. This is a bunch of live performances, and they were recorded very badly, probably on a one-track recorder, and then they messed it up even further by putting in stereo. But the music was great. I wish I could hear it better. Uh, it's on YouTube at the time of making this, it and the Red Album, so you can hear them there. But and the YouTube notes tell more information than the back of this record does. But let's take a look, see what's on here. So it starts off with an introduction, which apparently was on a separate occasion than the beginning of the first song, which is Dream of a Miner's Child, which I don't think has any instrumental breaks in it. It's just Carter singing the verses. After that is The Roving Gambler. Starts off with a great banjo introduction by Ralph Stanley. The instrumentation on this album is, from what I can tell from listening, it doesn't say anywhere on here, so I'm listening and I can just barely make out a bass fiddle. There's guitar. I don't know if there's only one guitar or there's two. There's some lead guitar work on one of the songs. I don't know if that's Carter Stanley or if that's somebody else. There's a mandolin. There's a fiddle and Ralph Stanley singing harmony and playing the banjo. Roving Gambler, as said, starts off with Ralph Stanley's banjo break, and he plays a more old-timey style than Earl Scruggs. I like it better. I think Ralph Stanley's my favorite bluegrass banjo player. After the Roving Gambler comes Let Us Be Lovers Again. This one has Carter and Ralph singing harmony together. And after that is Banks of the Ohio, which again, on the choruses, Ralph and Carter are singing harmony. There's some great fiddle work on here, not just in the fiddle break, but also in the background during the verses. Kind of a weaving fiddle stuff part. It's good. I don't know who this fiddler is, but I like him. Might be Curly Ray Klein, but I'm not sure. There's a song on Hee Haw that they used for the Picking and Grinning song. I didn't know the name of the song at the time I bought this album. The actual song is Cripple Creek, but based on the way Ralph Stanley plays Cluck Old Hen, I thought Cluck Old Hen was the Picking and Grinning song, because he plays it real similar to Cripple Creek. But yeah, and that song is all Ralph. I don't think there's breaks for any other instrument. It's just banjo. And that's followed by He will set your fields on fire. A hymnal which had some harmonies unlike anything I'd heard at the time. The chorus has whoever the baritone player is. It might be Bill Napier, but I'm not sure. The chorus is him singing the lead while the other three are singing harmony with that. And whoever that singer is, it sounds like Lester Flatt. I know it's not, but that's what it sounds like. The side two starts with Bottom Cabbage Down, which uh, the Dillards, when they performed it as the Darlings on the Andy Griffith Show, only did the chorus. And most times I've ever heard people play this song, they only did the chorus. But when the Stanley Brothers did it, they had verses that they did. So, well, that's kind of interesting. Next is Knoxville Girl, another duet for Ralph and Carter. Also has some really interesting fiddle work on it. Really good. And then Roll in My Sweet Baby's Arms. A fast song with breaks for fiddle and mandolin and banjo. Starts off with banjo at Ralph Stanley. Then after that are three gospel songs. First, Shake My Mother's Hand for Me. It's a 4-part harmony gospel one. And then Drifting Too Far from the Shore, which they do as a duet, Carter and Ralph. And it is the most haunting duet I've ever heard. It's really great. And finally, they do Working on a Building. And I like their version of Working Building better than Bill Monroe's. Carter sings the verses, and they all join in for the chorus. This is a really great album. I wish you could hear it better. As I said, it's probably recorded on a one-track tape recorder live back in the early 60s. The technology for portable recording was not so great, especially for a Stanley Brothers concert, and they messed with it even further by trying to put it into stereo, which I wish they'd not bothered. It was badly recorded, bad enough they should have just left it mono. Anyway, there's the Legendary Stanley Brothers. It's worth listening to, but I wish you could hear it better.